A year ago, I just remembered you had this terrible diagnosis. Can we talk about that?
The brain aneurysm.
Yeah, it's not an easy diagnosis. Do you remember what the conversation was like in the surgery?
Yeah, so I went off to the surgeon, and it was his first day in his new office. So I was already a bit nervous knowing that there was an aneurysm there from the GP saying, hey, you're going to go off to this surgeon, blah, blah, blah. And then he was so excited, and he was like, oh, welcome, you're my very first patient. And I thought, that's my luck. Brain aneurysm, and I've got the newbie from uni. I'm his first victim.
Was he Chinese?
He was Chinese,
Yeah.
but he did say, no, not my first patient, my first patient at the new clinic, which made me feel a lot more relaxed. Then he had all these little brain models, and he was shoving little bits of string in there, and he told me all about the aneurysms for about an hour, and then he said, now, that doesn't apply to you because we can't operate on yours with keyhole surgery. We would have to cut me down the forehead and above the eyebrow and take a bit of skull out. And I thought, I'm already carrying this weight. If I don't have these good looks, I'm finished. I've gone the way of Richard Wilkins. Once the looks are gone, you're dust.
He's very good still. I mean, he's handsome. He's 70-odd. Back to you.
He's pretty handsome.
Back to you. When you get a diagnosis like that at our age and you've got a young one, what was the first kind of stuff that came up for you?
Well, this might surprise you, but I've always been a bit selfish up until when I've had my son, but now everything's about him. So I don't go out. I don't really socialise with anyone. I'm just at home playing with him, which I quite like because I'm a big fan of the Matchbox cars. Obviously, I grew out of it, but I had hundreds of Matchbox cars, and now he has the same love. So him and I are just on the ground making little scenarios and cities. And when you look at him and you think, God, because even if they did this operation, if they went into the skull, he said immediately my chance of a stroke goes from, small odds, how it is now, up to 30% chance of having a stroke just with the procedure. So I said, so what do we do? So they monitored it for a year, and they said if it grows, because they didn't know if I'd had it for 30 days or 30 years. So it hasn't changed in 12 months. So they said it's best just to leave it unattended. But then I'm not allowed to get into the party gear and carry on and rage around. I'm not allowed to stay out for 3 days. I'm certainly not allowed to be at the Meriton with a bunch of friends, and those days are finished. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but some of my friends, they know how to kick on.
Yeah.
And on, and it turns into days and days.
Day 2 is the hardest, they say.
Day 2, yeah.
But was it a shock to you?
It was, because then they said I've got another one in my chest as well. And I was like, oh, God, I'm riddled with potholes. But an immediate adjustment to I immediately stopped soft drinks and all the sugary, all the fatty. I just didn't care. I'd be sucking back twirls and guzzling soft drinks, and I loved it. Now I had a soft drink the other day. I snuck one at the servo. Thought I'll grab a little can of something. And halfway through it, I didn't even like the taste, which I thought would never happen in a million years. I actually enjoy water now. So no chocolates, no paddle pops, no soft drinks, no chicken parmesan. It's all these things that I've lived on. It's all gone. So it's refreshing because it's salads and lean meats, chickens. It sounds like I'm going for the Olympics. I know you look at me and think athlete, but it's been good for me. Blood pressure's under control. I'm on a sleep apnea machine. Looks like I'm going to Mars every time I go to bed. Oh, and I thought maybe the missus won't find me attractive anymore.
She prefers
She said that ended years before, so put the mask on. I love you for your personality.
Oh.
But she's been great. She's resilient. You know what the wives can be like? They get under your skin. I thought it was just a control thing, but apparently it's out of love. And I've been a good boy. I've done the right thing, because you want to be around as long as you can for your kids.
Did you worry about that when you got that diagnosis?
That's all that concerned me. I don't care if I live or die, really. I prefer to be alive, but for him, I want to be around for as long as possible. So I made the adjustment, which I thought I never would. I'm still on the ciggies. Actually, there's a lot of other things that you can smoke too. Anything you can smoke, I'm down for a dalliance. You don't want to be a complete nerd. What am I going to be, counting my steps with a Fitbit? No, but we're better than we used to be.
As long as we're trying to be better, everyone's going to have some vice, right? How is it now?
Nothing's changed. So I feel better. Like I'm less tired. I can be in a room here with no circulation without sweating like I'm in Singapore airport. So yeah, you've seen me sweating. You're like, God, did you just get out of the pool fully clothed? I'm like, no, bro, I'm having a great day. Sweat pouring down. It was just an unhealthy beast.
I remember just quickly being at some party at your joint when you lived down a Sydney suburb called Mossman, and it was some themed party, and you were in drag.
I don't think I was in drag.
You looked like your late great grandma.
I was dressed as Bruce Jenner.
Oh,
that's not to be confused with drag. That's full transition. I did the tuck under the whole thing. What's up?
But you were
sweating,
and you had eyeliner.
There might have
on.
been assistants. Might have been some assistants there.
Well,
it's quite warm.
I don't know what was going on, but it was a thing to behold. And
did you bitch to your wife about it when you left?
No, we had a great time.
She said something.
Yeah,
she go, gee, he's sweatier than he looks on TV.
No, she loves you.
Yeah, I like her
a
too.
lot of women love you. Why do you think that is? Apart from the obvious.
Listen, I don't know, a winning personality. We've done some research group at the radio station, and because they're also as amazed and bewildered as you were. Why do women like this guy? Because they say, which is sort of an insult, he's the guy you want to hang out with at the local barbecue, but when you leave, you think he's hilarious, but you're glad you're not the one married to him. Now, I read that and I was like, that's sort of good, but sort of bad.
Yeah, backhander. Okay, so Jackie O's questions.
Oh, I felt that ass tighten again.
Do you want me to do this in my voice?
You probably haven't had that feeling.
I have, actually.
Okay. Look at you.
You say you don't believe in therapy, but is it possible it's not that you don't believe in it, it's that you're terrified of what might come up if you actually stopped running and looked properly inside yourself?
Oh, this is the first. Oh, the women are clapping in the yes. Standard behavior. Look, I don't feel, and Jackie is in a place in her life where she wants to fill up every gap in her body with knowledge, but most of it's bullshit. So I think I'm not interested in paying some brown turtleneck glasses, wearing similar glasses to what you've got on, to sit here and listen to all my sad stories. I don't feel that I've got any issues about that.
It was something just came up last week, bro, 3 days ago.
Yeah, and then I dealt with it with my wife, didn't have to pay.
Well, yes, you said
and I haven't got someone else out there going home to their husband going, you know that bloke you listen to on the radio? Oh, he's batshit crazy.
Mr. Sandilands.
What?
Acknowledging something doesn't mean you've dealt with it.
Yeah, but listen, Jackie goes off and gets the weird massages where they park in her ass crack hot rocks.
That sounds all right.
3 weeks later, that guy I saw him on the news getting arrested and put into a police tibby van.
What for?
So not everything she does. You know what for.
Oh,
Someone took offence to the rocks being parked. Whatever.
Alleged.